If you can't kill a boss, no reason why you can't look like one. Moogle putting the wow in Transmogs. We're going to kick off with the Shoulders, which keep in mind is Alliance only. Primal Gladiator's Mantle of Cruelty. That's actually the Priest tier from your WoD PvP vendor, but Mages and Warlocks can wear that particular piece. 3 marks of honor to pick that up. The chest is the Warmongering Gladiator's Raiment of Cruelty. If you're Horde, you gotta go wild. WoD PvP vendor, 3 marks of honor to get that robe. The belt is gonna spin you to a place called Throne of Thunder Heroic. Raddan is the boss. Vita Binder Wrap, kind of a fair drop rate to pick up the belt. Next up, we're going to start you off with either the cape. Yep, it's the cape, the dark leather cape. Vanilla level leatherworking. Check your local leatherworker or your local auction house with a purple cloak. Now, we're going to show you a Worgen, which you really can't see the feet on. Vicious Fireweed boots, Cata level tailoring. Check your local tailor, check your local auction house for the boots. Now, guess what? It's the hands. I believe the hands are next. Yes, they are. Primal Gladiator's Gloves of Prowess. Keep in mind that's part of the tier set for priests, but Warlocks and Mages can get that set as well, get that piece as well from the WoD PvP vendor. And the headpiece, Dark Conjurer's Collar, Sunwell Plateau, Kill Jaden, 18% drop rate on the headpiece. And now the once and final piece would be the weapon, which is a staff. It's called the Infernal Staff from Blackrock Foundry. Mythic Gruul, 22% on the drop rate for the staff. Here's the interesting thing about this set. I love the look, but it looks a lot better on females than it does on males, unless the males are short. In other words, goblin, gnome, dwarf, or of course our furry little friends, the Volpura here. The chest piece is the Frostweave Tunic, vanilla level tailoring. Check your local tailor, check your local auction house. The belt, which is kind of a cool looking belt, I think. Now, you see what I'm saying? I mean, you'll see the difference when you see the next male, but it looks epic on female. It really does. Wild Gladiator's Court of Cruelty, WoD PvP vendor, 1 mark of honor to get the belt if you Horde Warmongering. The legs, Wanderer's Stitched Trousers, Hellfire Peninsula, laying waste to the unwanted. I think it's a different name for the Horde, but yes, the Horde can see how it looks. I don't think it looks so great on the male dudes. So Sinister Gladiators, Silk Slippers, that's a Alliance only BFA PvP sources basically. Spell, Splintered Gloves, Darkshore BFA, War Supply Chest, that's Alliance, but you could also go with a lot of other different gloves, or even if you want to go the Bracer route. So that's just what I suggest, people. You guys can always make your changes. Inventor's Ingenious Trifocals Operation Mechagon is the place to get the head. The offhand, Resonating Tomb of Zizix, Tanan Jungle, pretty good drop rate there. And the weapon, Surgeon's Needle, Pit of Siren, Garfos, fair drop rate to get the dagger. I'm thinking maybe Frost, most definitely Arcane for this. Giant Pumpers, Blackrock Foundry, Mythic, Handsguard, 22% on the drop rate for the Shoulders. Now we're going to move on to the chest, which is going to bring us to Legion. Robe of Equies, I believe that's right. Command, Tomb of Sargeras Heroic, Hard Jaden. Hard Jaden drops a lot of stuff recently, I guess. At least the ones that have been doing today. The belt, Grievous Gladiator's Court of Accuracy, MOP PvP vendor. If you Horde, you're going to have to be a little bit more prideful to pick that up. 1 mark of honor for the belt. Next up, it's either the cloak or the boots. It's the cloak, Flowing Cloak of Command, the Calling of Strathholm. I think this is the first time I've ever put anything in an xmog from Strathholm. I know I did this set for Warlocks too, but yeah, first time. Netherweave boots, BC level tailoring. Check your local tailor, check your local auction house. Look at that cloak though. I mean, it's a kind of a plain but cool looking cloak, particularly for this set. Meat Monger's Gory Grips, Heimall the Butcher, 16% drop rate on the hands. Part of the same tier set as the Shoulders, by the way. And the headpiece is the Semi-Auto Magic Cranial Cannon. Great name. Legion level engineering. Check your local engineer or your local auction house for the headpiece. the weapon. Closes us out. Uldir is the place to get this staff. Decent drop rate out of Uldir. Gonna start off with the shoulders, which are very mage because it's Grievous Gladiator Silk Amos, mage only. If you hoard, you're gonna have to go prideful, 3 marks of honor to pick up that PvP piece from Mist of Pandaria. Now, the chest piece is the Nobleman's Coat. Looks a little bit different on women, keep that in mind. Darkmoon Fair, Barum is the vendor, 75 Darkmoon tickets to pick up the Nobleman's Coat. But I guess maybe not. It looks kind of exactly the same on a goblin. It used to look different on women, trust me. Grievous Gladiator's Court of Cruelty, Mop PvP vendor, 1 mark of honor, hoard go, prideful. The legs, part of the same purchase set from Darkmoon Fair as the chest, which means you get it for the same price and you get it from the same dude, Darkmoon Fair. Next up, we're going to take a look at, this looks pretty cool on an undead, by the way. Grievous Gladiator's Treads of Cruelty. If you hoard, means prideful. 2 marks of honor to get the boots from your Mop PvP vendor. I might have made a mistake on that cloak. I'm not sure if that cloak is something you could mod with this. But anyway, Scholar's Gloves, Blood Mist Isle. It's alliance only, but you could go with any kind of gray or green kind of gloves if you want. The back, Enter and Waste, Army of, it's Army of the Light. I'm not sure if you could get that, but you could easily make a substitute or not show the cloak. It's up to you. The headpiece, Hellfire Citadel, 15% on the drop rate for the headpiece, and the weapon is Throne of Thunder. Harndon drops that kind of troll-looking staff. For those of you that like that dark mage look, and I happen to be one of them, Mantle of Broken Spirits, Tomb of Sargeras Heroic, Atragon, 8% on the drop rate for the shoulders. Those are the recolor for mages and warlocks, part of the priest tier set. Robes of Arugal, which is Shadowfang Keep, Baron Ashbury, 32% on the drop rate. Now, I'm not sure which one of those bosses in Shadowfang Keep has the dual wield pistols, but I am really hoping for dual wield pistol anything in WoW, just simply because it exists in Guild Wars 2 and it is seriously the most fun thing to play. Duskhaven, but that's my opinion. If you guys play a thief in Guild Wars 2, anyone out there, let me know how you feel about dual wield thieves. Anyway, the feet are the Vindicator Soft Soul Slippers, Blood Missile, Quest Reward. I think the Laughing Skull boots are very similar look if you want to look for something horde. Moving on to the hands, Firecaller's hand wraps. As you can see, Mara Grimfang drops those hands at kind of a fair drop rate, so you might have to grind it a bit. But the good thing is you could go various different modes of that particular raid, and the coloring is just a little bit off, so you could always go with the LFR, the regular, or whatever version. Offhand, Engine, Stoker's Lantern, Blackrock Foundry Heroic, Operator Thogar, 16% drop rate for the Lantern, and the weapon, Terrace of the Endless Spring Heroic, Elder Rhaegal, 15% drop rate. Had fire in mind when I put this set together. Fearless Gladiator Silk Amos. This is alliance only. Legion PvP vendor. That's in Dalaran. Marks of honor, you have to buy the whole set if you don't have the shoulders as of yet. Moving on, the chest piece is from a major world event, which is the summer event. 100 Burning Blossoms to get the Vestment of Summer. And yes, it does look like summer. It looks like barbecue to me. Nightborn, showing you the Belt of Broken Pact. Siege of Orgrimmar, Garrosh Hellscream is the boss, 15% on the drop rate. Next up, the boots, which you could farm. You could farm these if you want, straight out of Scarlet Monastery. Do it over and over again, or just buy them on the auction house to get those kind of golden reddish boots, durable boots. So a few lookalikes, so check Wowhead for that. We have a Lady Orc showing you shadowy laced hand wraps from Strathhome, Baroness Anastaria, or Anastari, 22% on the drop rate to pick up those kind of brown and gold hands. Sergeant's Heavy Cape, Stormwind, Legacy Quartermaster, I believe that's Alliance only, but you can find other brown capes to match this if you're Horde, so that's not difficult. Have a Worgen dude who's showing us the head, part of the same tier set as the shoulders. Legion PvP vendor. You have to buy the whole set, as I said earlier, but The fact is, eventually Blizzard probably break it up. You just buy the pieces, hopefully. The weapon, which is part of your staff legendary, it's quest reward in Borean Tundra. If you're still listening up and until now, I want to say thank you for watching, and I'll close out by saying what I always say: whatever it is by you, whether it is morning, afternoon, or night, make your day